This is out of nowhere. I think people are shocked by it. Lizzo is being sued for allegedly mistreating her backup singers. And I'm a big Lizzo fan.
You always have been.
Since this song, really, I thought she's really good. Lizzo, let me see if I can get it exactly right. Some of her backup dancers are saying they were forced to do things against their will that they didn't want to do while they were on tour with Lizzo. Dancers say they got jobs on the Watch Out for Big Girls tour, suing for major damages. One has quit. One of their complaints is that Lizzo took them to live sex shows in Amsterdam and forced them to interact with performers in sexually explicit ways. Now, I'm just shocked by this.
Are you?
I am surprised. Well,
I don't know. I just wasn't.
You weren't surprised that Lizzo?
I never trust
this.
I just don't trust when somebody has such a. Well, like, I don't know, just a good girl type image.
Well, no, but see, Lizzo always, to me, stands up for like people's rights to choose.
I don't believe all that.
You didn't buy
People's
it.
rights to.
Well, I mean, she's very into like LGBTQ rights, and I mean, you'd never think she would force, at least in my opinion, force someone to do something against their will, especially sexually like this.
Well, I mean, some of the accusations will curl your hair. Did you hear the banana one? I noticed you're burying the lead.
I saw a headline about a banana. I didn't click it. I don't know what happened with the banana.
I'll let him tell you.
Well, the banana was in an orifice of one of the sex performers, and Lizzo allegedly made her dancers consume the banana.
No, I don't buy that.
And she also fat-shamed her own dancers. Lizzo!
Yeah.
Okay, right there. Now, Biggie, you've got to be surprised by that.
No. Because I think sometimes I think it's sometimes, if you were bullied, you eventually become the bully along the way, especially if you start getting money and power.
You're talking about a banana.
In the tailpipe.
Being consumed by a backup dancer.
Not to bring Beverly Hills Cop into this.
There's a banana in the tailpipe. You know the Beverly Hills Cop line.
Who doesn't?
You're going to do a banana in the tailpipe. Eddie Murphy said that.
We're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, these dancers won. I guess she had a show that was titled the same thing as the tour. And so these dancers tried out, I guess, on this show and kind of won their way on to being her backup dancers during the tour.
My God.
Yeah, so it's even more.
That's
horrible. I don't know. Something about sometimes when somebody has that, like, I'm very pro, I'm everybody's friend, I'm everybody's this.
But you never said that about Taylor Swift, and you just heard the previous story.
Right.
Taylor Swift, my thing is this. For a long time, I wanted to be a Taylor Swift hater.
You did, but you can't be because
you can't be. Yeah, I mean, because it's the complaint with her is, she writes all about her boyfriends break up with her. But that's fine.
Wait a minute. But I would have said the same thing about Lizzo yesterday. You say Lizzo's a pretty good person. She seems to treat everybody well. She's always talking about equality, and she does good music. And you can try to hate her, but it's hard to.
Maybe it's just my gut that something just always seemed off.
We're not going to fall for a banana in the tailpipe. You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
They fell for the banana. They fell for the banana in the tailpipe.
I just wasn't as shocked as everybody else was.
Oh,
I just typed the word into Google, Lizzo, and then the letter B, and the first thing that pops up is Lizzo, banana.
Okay, side note, they're very high in sugar. They're very
don't.
Yeah, you don't realize that. People tell you if bananas are good for you. They really are higher in sugar than you think.
Yeah. But it's natural sugars.
But still too high. And you get good potassium from, maybe that's Lizzo's thing.
Yeah.
Great potassium.
It's about damn time.
Unbelievable.
As you know, I spent a time away last year. And one thing that I learned was...
Not in Amsterdam.
No. You weren't. This is not part of Lizzo. This is a get healthy plan. Yeah.
And one thing I learned, and I never forget this moment, was... Anytime bananas are brought up, somebody says, they're high in sugar. They're high in sugar.
Yep.
And as the one guy teaching the class said, he said, I am tired of this assault on fruit. He
said,
I am tired of people treating a banana as it's the same thing as a Snickers bar.
It's not. I'm just simply saying, if you want fruit, I would choose berries. I would choose a raspberry, strawberry, or something else, an apple over a banana because it's high in sugar. Okay, yeah. A banana.
Okay, all right.
It's about damn time.
You're not going to fall for a banana in the tailpipe. You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
Do you think, if this allegation is true, that some of those backup singers said, we're not going to fall for the banana? And Lizzo said, you're not going to fall for the banana. And then were forced after the banana was up.
All right, who's going to eat the banana?
Good Lord.
You're kidding, right, Lizzo?
No. You're saying it was up the orifice of a sex performer, and Lizzo made these backup dancers eat a banana.
This is where I do have questions, though. Like,
I have a lot of questions.
Well, why could they have said?
Were they peeled?
Right. Well, okay.
Sure.
They better be.
Were they forced to go to this sex show?
That's what they say.
So they are saying they were forced. Was there no chance for them to say, "Hey, I'm just going to head back to the bus"?
No. Well,
like instead of going out that night. Or did they say, yeah, let's go out, and you end up there, you don't know quite what's going to happen?
Well, they say they were taken to live sex shows in Amsterdam and forced to interact with performers in sexually explicit ways. That's where the line says, click here for the banana story, and I didn't click it.
I won't.
I refused.
Mm-hmm.
I refused.
You missed it.
They say she was unbelievably demanding, demoralizing, demeaning, to the point that one woman urinated on herself because she was afraid to ask for a bathroom break. She said, I couldn't even ask while we were performing or practicing for a bathroom break, and she wound up peeing herself, and Lizzo just laughed. She didn't even care about it. Women claims they were banned from taking side jobs during pauses in Lizzo's tours, and they said, we can't make it unless we take side jobs, and Lizzo said, too bad, you can't take a job. It's surprising to me that Lizzo would treat people that way.
Do you want to hear the text of the lawsuit?
I guess.
The Amsterdam tour, as you heard, Lizzo was on tour in Europe, and in February of this year, the tour was in Amsterdam. Mm-hmm. Lizzo invited the group out, I guess her performers, to go with for a night out on the town.
Yes.
And they went into the red light district, which is Amsterdam's one of the most famous things about Amsterdam.
Right.
The lawsuit reads, and this is a quote, things quickly got out of hand. Lizzo began inviting cast members, her dancers and musicians, to take turns touching nude performers, catching dildos launched from the performers of Vajines, and eating bananas protruding from the performers' vagine.
And you're, Biggie, I'm going to quote you, I'm not shocked by this. You're not shocked.
There's no way in hell you're not shocked.
Lizzo would force a backup dancer to eat a banana protruding from a dancer's vagine.
I'm just not. Just because somebody preaches all this, that, I'm this and that, it just, something never sat right with me.
About Lizzo.
Yeah, it just seemed too, at times, too over the top, too much.
Was it you saying that about Patrick Mahomes last week, where you think he's too nice? It's like, was it you saying that, or somebody else saying that?
BB Shea?
It might have been on our podcast. Yeah. BB Shea thinks that, I said, you got to love Patrick Mahomes. He's like, I think he's overly nice. He feels that the way I feel about Tom Hanks. It's like it's all an act. Same with Garth Brooks. I think Garth Brooks is an act, too. I think he's got, I love Garth. And either he's the nicest guy in the world who's a huge star, or he's a faker.
See, I tend to believe Garth.
You do?
Yeah, I just
because it would have come out by now. It's been so long.
And sometimes it's just a gut feeling.
And that's your gut told you that
Lizzo's got a gut.
Yeah, something with Lizzo just never sat right with me.
Your gut told you that Lizzo would force a backup dancer to eat a banana protruding from a sex worker's vagina.
I just think when you're bullied growing up, and then sometimes you get the fame, you get the money, you get the power. Without realizing it, you turn to a bully yourself. Because, and in your mind, you're thinking, well, I'm fighting against this. I mean, that's probably why God won't let me win the lottery. Because I would become a way worse person.
Boy, you got to think the plaintiff's going to want you on the jury. He wasn't a bit shocked that he knew all along what kind of person
something just never sat right with me sometimes. And I feel that way about few other celebrities too.
That's just going to be
in this room.
Well, I know you guys.
I had Dave get a bunch of bananas on the way in. He's stopping on the way in to pick up banana.
If I had it would be funny to chart my trust in you all through the years.
No, it's going way down.
Do the lines crisscross?
My God.
Yeah, I trust Chris Demm a little more now.
I cannot believe this is going to be a big deal for a long time. I mean,
she'll never shake it, even if the dancers are proven to be liars.
Of course,
this is one of those things that will hang around her forever.
When you
Lizzo
get
banana.
The details of the banana
In the tailpipe.
In the tailpipe.
Yeah.
I can't even say it. I can't even say it out loud.
How will you feel if she owns the banana part and says, I didn't force them. They seemed very into it.
I think it's going to haunt her because, I mean, you start to get that kind of reputation. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Eating bananas out of that? Out of that.
That.
Oh.
A vagine benin?
I'm sorry. They fell for the banana in the tailpipe. That's what it should have been. Unbelievable. And the whole thing is, on our podcast recently, BB Shea and I just recently discussed that scene about the banana in the tailpipe.
Did you?
Yes.
You didn't reenact it, did you?